damn, what's going on? What's going on? Damn. I'm on the road, busy as hell, man. Damn, I need to slow down. Doing too much damn things all goddamn day. But anyway, we had the bout last night. Spence versus Danny Garcia. It was a good match. One thing I will say is, though, put respect on Danny Garcia's name, man. I heard a lot of people talking about it. Everybody was, for whatever reason, people were expecting Danny to possibly get, beat down and stopped. And I did hear it from a lot of different places about people that were really thinking that was going to happen. And no, that's not happening to Danny. I don't see anybody dominating Danny like that. That's, the energy that you have to put out, the positions you have to put yourself in order to do that might not be conducive to your health. So I didn't see that happening. But Earl Spence did have a phenomenal performance. I mean, he went out there, he won most of the rounds. I thought it was going to be a fight where he was going to end up winning the bout 7 rounds to 5. On the scorecards, 2 of them he basically was 8-4, and I think one of them was 9-3. So it was pretty close. I was off by about a round, but pretty close. And he was able to come out victorious. He didn't really get hurt. Danny didn't get hurt. Danny was getting hit with jabs and things of that nature. And because I was also wondering how Danny was going to handle facing a southpaw, just due to the fact is I remember what happened when he faced Zab Judah. And I understand that, though. I understand that was years ago, but that always still just stuck in my mind what happened in that bout. But I did figure that I'm pretty sure that, he's obviously more of a seasoned fighter, and it wouldn't be the same type of thing. Because if he had the same type of issues in this fight as he did in that one, then yes, he would have been stopped. I think his main issue was just he needs to get off this counterpunching ish. There's him trying to be a counterpuncher stuff. No, I think he really needs to be the type of fighter that tries to set things up. Try to set things up. Go to the body. Go up top. Try to open up, different angles. Take advantage of angles. Because there were spots where Terrence Crawford was open. There was particular situations where he did Earl Spence. There was situations where he did catch Spence. And there's a lot of different spaces that became available that he didn't take advantage of, where Spence was open, where the fight could have been, ended up being closer, where he might have been able to put himself into a situation where he might have been able to hurt Spence or maybe even win the fight, because I think this, I don't know what it is. It's like he just keeps on, it's the same old kind of sit back, let me counter you, let me see what you do. Whereas he's the type of fighter who I think he needs to be more proactive in pushing the pace and pushing the action and stop trying to work depending on what the other person is doing. Stop being dependent on them, okay? Floyd Mayweather is a counterpuncher at times, but he also understands where he needs to push the pace. He understands where he needs to create openings and take advantage of those openings, okay? And then after he's doing that, when then the fighter reacts, then he's able to counter them and apply even, more damage onto you. And that's what Danny needs to do, man. I think, I just think Danny could be a better fighter than he is, even with his quote flat-footedness, just with the angles that he uses, the punches that he throws, him being himself. He can be himself. He just needs to maximize what he's capable of doing, his style, and I just don't think he's doing that. I don't think he's doing that. I think he doesn't push to that next gear, but I think that gear is there. I think the gear is there, man. He just needs to open that shit. He needs to punch that damn freaking, manual transmission into that gear, man. It's there. He's just not utilizing it. He needs to learn how to utilize it. Even if it means that he needs to maybe get some more help, get somebody maybe like a Robert Garcia, maybe somebody like that, maybe someone like that can help him do that, or another trainer. But that gear is there, and I think at this point, I think his father needs to definitely stay in the camp. He needs to ride with his father. That needs to be his head trainer. But I think he needs to bring somebody else in to see if they can bring him to that next level. Because for whatever reason, his dad's not able to pull that that next level out of him. And I think it's there. Now Terrence Crawford was at the fight, which is weird to me just due to the fact that he said that he doesn't need Earl Spence. He's not even looking at fighting Earl Spence next. He wanted to fight Manny Pacquiao, and that Earl Spence was somebody he doesn't even need for his legacy. You know what I mean? So I'm not sure why he was there, but it's cool, I guess, that he was there. That's cool. And he also said that, that this fight was a 50-50 fight. He said this fight was a 50-50 fight, and it could go either way. And then when Earl Spence dominated the fight, after the fight, Terrence Crawford, I guess he put this little upside down smiley face, basically saying that you're not impressed by it. So I'm confused by why you would not be impressed when you say something's 50-50, and then somebody dominates the fight, basically, and somehow you're not impressed by it. To me, that's weird. Manny Pacquiao also, put out a message talking about he wanted to fight the winner and he congratulated Terrence Crawford in winning. Does he really want to fight the winner? Nah, I don't think so, because he said the same thing when Spence fought against Mikey Garcia. And we all saw that didn't happen. But I don't know, maybe. Hopefully he's a type of... Hopefully he does decide to do it, so we can get that unification this year. I do believe those two will be fighting this year, but I think it's probably going to be further on at the end of the year, maybe. Because I don't think it really matters to Manny Pacquiao if he loses that fight or not, because after that fight, I think he will end up doing like a Conor McGregor fight, which might help it if he happens to lose, it would help out. If he's able to win, though, then maybe you can pull Terrence Crawford to come fight you for Undisputed, if Bob Arum will let him go, due to the fact that it would have to be a situation where Manny Pacquiao, Al Heyman, PBC, Fox are in full control of that fight, and Terrence Crawford is bringing his tail over there in order to do it. Earl Spence versus Terrence Crawford, do I see that happening? Absolutely not. Terrence Crawford said that he wasn't taking no 40%. He wants 60%, or worst case scenario, 50-50 in order for the fight to happen. And I just don't see it happening. You got you got, 3 bouts in a row now that are all 3 have been pay-per-views. 2 of the last 2 each sold 350,000. I think this one's going to sell 350,000 plus as well. 16,000 plus in attendance. There's nothing 50-50 about that. When you're not even fighting in front of a crowd, that's number one. And then number two, you're not even facing opponents where you can even do any kind of realistic numbers on pay-per-view. And he's made it pretty clear that he's not fighting a Sean Porter, he's not fighting a Keith Thurman, he's not fighting a Ugas, he's not fighting any of these guys that would help him, put himself on an even keel level with Earl Spence. So, we'll have to see if Earl Spence is not able to get the Manny Pacquiao fight. We're going to have to see who exactly he fights next. But congratulations to him. Great fight. He said he felt a little bit rusty in the fight. I thought he looked okay. I thought the performance could have been there was certain punches where he was kind of grazing, where I thought that he could have maybe caught Danny a little bit cleaner with. Maybe, but that might have been also just because of Danny. That slight little movement could throw you off, as far as, where you're trying to, throw your punches. But, I thought he looked fine, but he personally thought he was a little bit rusty. And he thought that, obviously with another training camp by his next fight, he's going to be looking good. And I liked what I heard from him, like pretty much, what you're doing now. I'm taking my ass back to my ranch. I'm buying some chickens. I'm buying some horses. I'm going to relax, take time to chill with my family, and then get right back to work and get ready for my fight in the summer. So I like that. It's not going to be no hanging out, going out drinking, doing all this other stuff. It's all about, let's get back on the grind. Let's get back to work. You can tell he's real serious. He's not about no bullish at all. He's really not about any bullish right now at all. And he's going to go right back to where he needs to get to. And I think this type of Earl Spence is going to be a problem for people. It's going to be a real problem because he's not taking his talent for granted. He's not taking his life for granted anymore. And every time you see him in the ring, you're going to know it's someone who has absolutely maximized everything that needs to be maximized when it comes to getting ready for these particular fights. And I believe that's the type of person we're going to see from now on. And that's dangerous for the welterweight division. So we'll see what happens. But for now, like, subscribe, share. I'm out.